Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the GSMC Basketball Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. As always, I'm your host, Meryl Fatemi. I apologize for that. I did not see that. Um, I was originally going to talk about the Phoenix Suns, but with how everything ended up transpiring, with the New York Knicks Pistons, playoff preview kind of drawing a little bit extra, is a little bit of a um um not suggest understatement. That's the word I'm looking for. This is going to be the final segment of this show. We'll take a look at the Suns possibly tomorrow or on another show this week. We will get into them this week, I promise. They are one of the hottest topics in the NBA right now with how the Suns have been a disappointment. But that is not going to be covered on this show. Not today. But this is about the Golden State Warriors. This is about Steph Curry looking to finish off his career in the last few years of his career, trying to bring this team to another bring this team not only to another NBA Finals. I apologize for the leaf blower in the background. I just noticed that being captured on the audio for all you guys at home listening to this. But yeah, the Golden State Warriors, obviously Steph Curry trying to add another NBA Finals berth to his resume, trying to bring this team to the NBA Finals once again, obviously winning three titles in the 2010s, one in 2022. He's just trying to bring his team back to the promised land and win another championship before he retires. These last few years of Steph Curry's years, it's so crazy how time has flown by, but it's the truth. He is getting old, and we just have to appreciate him while he's here. Similar to how we are looking at LeBron James right now. Similar to how we are still looking at Kevin Durant and the Kawhi Leonards of the world. All the veterans, all the old heads that have been around, the top players in the league that we will miss when they retire. But while this is about Steph Curry, I think the X factor for this team to depend on how far they can go in the playoffs is the play of Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, like I mentioned at the end of last segment, having the title of playoff Jimmy. We haven't seen him since 2023. He has been missing since 2023, but he is still one of the best players in the league. He's still an unbelievable talent, and he's nothing to sneeze at as a player. Obviously scoring 30 points in his last game against the Clippers. We saw him starting to grow his offensive arsenal, playing more of a bully ball. We saw him posting up, not Zubats, I think it was Norman Powell. We saw him using his mid-range game more, shooting 12 of 20 from the field. He's still an unbelievable player. He's still one of the best. He can still perform at a top level, and this is his moment. This is where he shows off his greatness. This is where he shows off his worth as a player, as a superstar in this league. This is the moment we've been waiting for since the trade deadline for the Warriors, and this is where we're going to see if it's all going to it's going to play dividends for this team overall. Another point I want to staple down for this team and how they've played down the stretch since the trade deadline. They have the number one defensive rating since the trade deadline. And that is not a joke. The Golden State Warriors, under Steve Kerr, obviously Steve Kerr is a defensive genius. We've seen him in past years with the Golden State Warriors in those dynasty years between 2015 to 2019. They were extremely formidable on the defensive end of the ball. I mentioned Draymond Green being a consistent defensive player of the year candidate. But also Gary Payton II is obviously not only the son of the Gary the Glove Payton, but he has the similar skill set on that side of the ball, and an additional offensive piece with how he plays on the offensive end. He's an extraordinary two-way player, I'd say. He's one of the most valuable two-way players in the league, I'd say. Outside of maybe a Jaylen Brown, I can't really think of another. Maybe not even a Drew Holiday. Probably a Jaylen Brown is probably the most valuable. But Kawhi Leonard, but Gary Payton II he's still very young, and he has the potential of being one of the better two-way players in this league. But yeah, Kevon Looney, Moses Moody, Draymond Green, Jonathan Kuminga. These are all guys that are continuing to show their worth. These are all guys that are stepping up to the plate on the defense, on that side of the ball, on the defensive end of the ball specifically. And they're shot makers, and they're continuing to prove why they absolutely deserve to be in that conversation. But these Warriors are heading into the play-in tournament. I'm going to preview the game against the Memphis Grizzlies tomorrow. We're going to talk a little bit more. I don't want to go into too much because I kind of want to keep there is a lot I want to talk about with where the Warriors can end up between if they have to play the Rockets excuse me, or either the Houston Rockets or the Oklahoma City Thunder in the first round. There's a whole lot I want to talk about between those two teams. Whoever they have to face, it is going to be an unbelievable matchup for whoever they have to face. And I can't wait to see it. I seriously, truly cannot wait to see what Steph Curry, what Steve Kerr, and this team has in store for us in these NBA playoffs. But I'm going to close the show. I'm going to leave it off on that note. Thank you guys for watching the show. As always, please remember to like and follow for more GSMC Sports Network content. Please, what? I apologize for those technical difficulties, guys. But thank you for tuning into the GSMC Basketball Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to subscribe to the show and leave a positive review. It really does make a difference. Really, seriously. You guys don't understand how much we appreciate your guys' input and what we can do better on the show, what you guys like, what you guys dislike, what we can improve upon, what you guys want to hear about. Everything and anything you guys have to say, we love to hear it, and we appreciate everything. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. Thank you once again for another amazing show. We have the NBA playoffs kicking off tomorrow with the play-in tournament. The NBA rounds, seriously, the real rounds from 1 through 8 seeds kicking off on Saturday. It's going to be an unbelievable slate of basketball across the board. And we have a lot of anticipation and previewing to do from now until Saturday rolls around. From now through Friday. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your days. Thank you once again for coming. We appreciate everything. Have a great day. Bye-bye. This is Mayor Fatemi signing off. Bye-bye.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to